broken place that you're trying to come out of. What is in your box? Because what's in your box is going to catapult you to your destiny. Is your destiny fabulous, or is it a hotmess.com? You got to evaluate your box. You got to evaluate what you're putting in your box. You got to evaluate what you're allowing. Come on, somebody. Somebody say allowing. Because a lot of stuff we allow that we don't even have to have there, but we put it in there because it's just your norm now. And if it wasn't in the box, what would your life look like? It's like, this is my norm. This is just what we do. This is how I live. This is the circumstances that I'm faced with. These are the issues that I'm dealing with. It's in my box. It's a part of my life. What you want me to do? What's in your box? Is it precious and valuable, or is it a mess? Is it precious, or is it valuable? Or is it a mess? Are you still holding on to generational curses that you have yet to conquer, that you have yet to overcome? And you're figuring out, man, I'm going on 30, 40 years old, and I'm still wallowing in curses. I'm still wallowing in brokenness. How can I get past the issues? How can I be this fabulous creature that God has called me to be? How can I walk in everything that God has placed around my neck, around my heart? What's in your box? Is it favor? What's in it? Matthew 26 and 6 through 13. While Jesus was in Bethany, in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume, which she poured on his head as he was reclining at the table. When the disciples saw this, they were indignant. Why this waste? They asked. This perfume could have been sold at a high price and the money given to the poor. Aware of this, Jesus said to them, why are you bothering this woman? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, but you will not always have me. When she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. Truly, I tell you, wherever this gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of me. I want you to understand in the scripture, in verse 7, it says a woman. It doesn't say the woman. And you know, being a grammar major, the means definite. Specific. But it's very funny how this was a specific woman, but in the Bible they called her a woman. A is an indefinite article, right? Indefinite means it could be anything, anybody. So this woman represents the indefiniteness of women all over the world. There was a woman who had a box. Indefinite. Anybody. Put yourself there. She came to him with something that was very expensive, very expensive. Expensive means that it was valuable. Expensive means that not everybody could afford it. Not everybody could have it. Not everybody could hold it. Watch this. She poured it out. Pouring out means that you're releasing. Pouring out means you're letting it go. And because she was releasing something that was pleasing to God, the scripture said that the folk around her became indignant. Yes. They did not like what she was pouring out. See, first of all, you got to understand that what she was doing was a form of worship. What she was doing was getting criticized by people that were watching her. What is in your box? Because let me tell you something. Whatever it is, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's happy, if it's sad, if it stays closed in your box, you will never be able to deal with it. I'm going to say that again. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, you write it down. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, if you keep it locked in your box, you will never be able to release it and to deal with it. So it's time for we as women, a woman who has a box with something in it, to pour it out. I don't care if it's good, if it's bad, if it's happy, it's sad. You will never be able to deal with it if it stays stuck like Chuck in a box.
All right now.
God is saying you have got to deal with it. And if you don't pour it out, it'll be of use to nobody. See, some of us got gifts and talents in a box that you ain't pouring out for nobody, not even for God. Yeah. And God said as long as it stays in the box, nobody can benefit from your gift. Nobody can benefit from your talent. Nobody can benefit from your anointing. You called to prophesy, but you never prophesied. Guess what? It's in the box. You called to preach, but you never preached. Guess what? It's in the box. You called to encourage and empower, to share your testimony, but you never do it. Because why? You put it in a box. Yeah. God said if you never release it, nobody can ever deal with what you got in your box. Yeah. So it's time to pour out that thing that you had. I'm telling you, guess what? The richest box in the world is. It ain't an alabaster box, but it's a grave box. What that thing called? A coffin. The richest box in the world is a coffin. Why? Because we buried $1 million ideas, gifts, talents, anointing. It's in the box. But God said if you never release it, if you never pour it out, it's going to go straight to that other box called the coffin, and it'll never be able to be opened. It'll never be able to be used. It will never, ever be able to glorify God. Whatever it was, whatever it is, God said it's in the box. So what you put in the box could have life. It could have destiny. It could have purpose. But you have got to get to the point where you say, I pour it out. See, one thing that we have to understand is that when there is a pouring out, there's a breaking off when you release something. God wants to break off certain things off of us, certain things in our life. But if we never pour off, we can never break out. Okay? You understand that? If you never pour out, you can never break out. You got to understand what God is doing in this season. It says when the disciples saw this, they were indignant. Indignant is feeling characterized or expressing strong displeasure, something considered unjust, offensive, insulting, angry, resentful, infuriating, and mad. There are some people that know what's in your box and want it to stay there, because if you pour it out, they're going to get mad at you. They don't want to see you up here teaching, preaching, prophesying. They don't want to see you write a book. They don't want to see you start a business. They don't want to see your marriage prosper. They don't want to see it. They get indignant because of what's on the inside of you, and because of what's on the inside of you, as you begin to pour it out, they're going to start thinking who she thinks she is. And then there's a breaking away. You're wondering why they don't hang around you no more, why they don't talk to you no more, because they are afraid, they are intimidated by what's in your box. Everybody can't know what's in your box anyway. You can't give everybody your specialties and everything that you're housing. These are only assigned to particular people. When the woman of God poured out in her box, there was only a select few around. She did it with the intention of one person, but there were spectators along the way. And the spectators saw what she was doing for the glory of God and said, now who do she think she is? Here's the thing about the enemy. The enemy don't want you to do nothing for God. He wants you to sit there and be like, I ain't got to pour nothing out. I'll sit here. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to help. I ain't got to bless. And because the enemy wants to keep you, guess what? In a box. Yes. And when you begin to pour out, the enemy will look at you like you stupid. Who does she think she is? Why is she doing this? What is it to pour out? It said when she poured out this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. Get this. God gave me this revelation. He said when she poured out, she released it. And what he did, he caught it and he took it to the grave. Jesus. See, you got to get that thing. See, some of the things that you're pouring out, that they need to be buried. Some of us got insecurities and fears that are being poured out right now that we need to pour out. We need to give it to God. We need to release it and let him take it to the grave. Because I guarantee you, she prepared Jesus for death. She gave to him what he needed for the death of it, okay? And so she couldn't hold on to it no more. Once she let it go, it went to the grave. It found its death. So you got to say, what is in me that needs to go to the grave? As I give it to Jesus, I give it to him. He's going to take it to that dead place. He's going to take it to that place where it's no return. Because whatever it is on the inside of me that I need to let go and let God, I got to truly give it to God. I can't give it to him, take it back, give it to him, take it back. Because God said, when you give it to me, I'm going to put it where it needs to be. I'm going to put it where it needs to be. When you give it to me for real, for real. See, a pouring out. I love this. It says a pouring out is the act of simply letting go. Yeah. You look in dictionary.com, it says the act of letting go. Some of us need to let some folk go from our past. We still thinking about them. We still dealing with the issues, the frustrations, and it could be relationships, it could be family members. Some of us still are holding on to a Pharaoh. Well, actually, you become the Pharaoh. Y'all heard me say this before. Pharaoh let them folk go. We are new age pharaohs living in a modern world, having a hardened heart because we won't let some people go and do what they got to do. God done told you to cross the Red Sea. Still looking back at Egypt. Oh, this person did this to me and that person did that. And God said, Pharaoh, let them folk go. I'm trying to do a new thing. I'm trying to take you to Canaan, but you won't pour out. You won't just simply let it go. New age pharaohs in the house of God just simply won't let go. Hardened hearts. God said, let it go. Pour it out. Pour it out. See, the pouring out was a time of preparation. What are you pouring out and what are you letting go in preparation for what? See, if you begin to release and let go, God can catapult you into a destiny that's going to be absolutely fabulous if you trust him. You got to ask yourself, how much do you really trust God? You got to ask yourself that. And I'm going to go into this really quickly. God gave me this. He said there are different types of boxes in the Bible. There are different types of boxes in the Bible. He said the first box is the box of issues. Somebody say that, box of issues. Say, we all got a box of issues. So we're going to call this first box our box of issues. Women with issues. What's in your box? See, I love the example that we had last night. The woman with the issue of blood. If we look at her box, she had issues. What was in her box? Her box was filled with sickness. It was filled with disease. It was filled with lack and poverty. Why? Because the word says she spent all she had. Some of us got sickness in a box. Some of us might have a disease in a box. Some of us got lack in a box, poverty in a box. It's in a box. And also in her box, she had frustration. She had discomfort. She had all of that entangled in one box. But she kept that box. She held on to that box. And the only thing that she had on her mind, she had this box in her hand because she's the box at this point. Come on, somebody. You know that you are the box and you're housing something on the inside of you. She was the box. And all she knew was she had to drag this box through some mess. She had to drag this box through some people. She had to drag this box because even with the issues that was on the inside of her box, she saw breakthrough on the horizon. She saw deliverance on the horizon. With all her mess, with all this contained in her box called her temple, she said, I gotta press because I see a destined place for me. See, and the woman with the issue was trusting in man. She was trusting in man to do something that only God could do. She had an issue with trust. Come on, somebody. She put too much trust in man and not enough trust in God. For 12 long years, she trusted in man. She depended on man. She moved for man. She was looking for, guess what? A man. She was looking for a man that could save her. She was looking for a man that could deliver her. She was looking for a man that could bring breakthrough just for her. But God said, daughter, that is not the answer to the issue in your tissue. That is not the answer to all the junk that you got in your box. That is not the answer. Man is not the answer. Man Man was not the answer. For 12 long years, she was dependent on man. Man caused her to be broke as a joke. Man caused her to spend all she had. Man caused her to have hope in something that was never meant to be in the first place. Y'all better catch this in a minute. Man caused her to almost lose her mind. And at the same time, man disowned her. After trusting in man, after man, after man, man looked at her as now unclean. Man looked at her as now unworthy. Man looked at her as like, who you think you are in the middle of this right here? You ain't even worthy enough to be out here. She was trusting in man, and the same man that she was trusting in was the man that told her she was not worthy. She caught a glimpse of her deliverance. She caught a glimpse of her breakthrough. She caught a glimpse of her wholeness. She caught a glimpse of redirection. She caught a glimpse of a new door. And all she had to do was press. And as soon as she pressed in the presence of greatness, her destiny was birthed out of her. The destiny that she thought man was going to help propel her to, it was only God. It was only her faith and trust in God. When folks counted her out, she said, God counted me in. All I got to do is get a little bit closer to him. All I got to do is trust him just a little bit more. All I got to do is just simply take this box right here with all the mess that's on the inside of me. All I got to do, I got to drag this box. I got to take it to my deliverer. I got to take it to my healer. I got to take it to the one that can break through when man couldn't break through for me.
Yes, yes, yes.
She said, all I got is this box.
Yeah.
And when I thought my husband could do it, when I thought my best friend could do it, when I thought my sister from around the way could do it, God said, no, 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 no. Bring that box, drag that box to the altar. Bring that box, drag that box to me. Bring that box to the one who can make you whole, the one that can set you free. Stop trusting in a man to do something that only God can do. We as women, we depend so much on people that we forget to really depend on God, to trust God. Now, God will use people to bless you. Don't think I'm saying that He won't use people to bless you. But there are some things that God said, daughter, the only way you're going to get your deliverance and your breakthrough is if you just simply trust me. If you press past all the mess that's going on around you, you got to simply trust me in this season. You got to simply trust me like you lost your mind. And just like the woman pressed and got her wholeness, you're going to have to do the same thing. She had to break. Something had to break on the inside of her. Something had to break on the inside of her. Breaking. Something had to divide into parts. Something had to dissolve. When we talk about break, it dissolves. It comes apart. It dissolves. If you break it good enough, you can almost put it to a point of destruction where there's no possible way you can put it back. But it has to take a lot of breaking. So something had to break in her to overcome. And when she said, enough is enough, everything on the inside of her broke. Everything on the inside of her broke. Everything on the inside of her broke. And when she touched him, when she pressed to him, when she touched him, it was like everything that broke became whole. See, y'all got to understand this. There was something that happened in her brokenness. There was something that happened and while she was going through all the frustration. But when all this mess came together off of a touch, just one touch, and she came together and was made whole. Some of us got to be the woman with the issue. And God is calling you. This is your box. This is your alabaster box. Bring it to me and stop giving it to folk who don't even look at you as you worthy enough to have it. This box is mine. Hannah was another one. Hannah was, what did Hannah have in her box? Listen to this. Some of us are some Hannahs in here because we got some stuff in our box called insecurity, called fear, called doubt, called disbelief. Hannah was one who had a Penina whispering in her ear, mocking her, looking at her like she was stupid. But Hannah was the one who said, God is in me. This woman is in my face. She got everything that I'm believing you for. Everything that I want out of my life. Penina got it. So she was looking at someone like a Penina and wanting everything Penina had. She had some insecurities. She had some fears. Penina had it going on. Penina had the look. She had the man. She had the baby. She had the house. She had the car. She had everything that Hannah wanted. So in Hannah's box, she had a whole bunch of stuff of doubt and fear and insecurity. That God, I'm not loved. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not worthy enough. Why can't I have what Penina had? Why can't I have it? Why am I the one that got to go through the issues? Why am I the one that got to press? Why am I the one that got to be frustrated? Why am I going to look at somebody who's gloating what they got every single day, posting it on Facebook, bragging about it on Twitter? I got to look at all of that and I'm still without.
Come on, come on.
Some of us are Hannah who say, God, I'm tired of looking at them Facebook posts of people getting blessed with the same blessing I've been praying for 15, 20 years. Tired of looking at them getting a breakthrough. What about me, God? Come see about me. This is my box. This is my alabaster box that I feel like, God, I'm so insecure right now. So insecure. I need a move from God and I need it now. Like the woman of God said last night, God, pay attention to me. Pay attention to my issues. Pay attention to what I got going on in my house, because my house is in need of a move for God. Penina don't even love God like I do. How is she getting blessed? Come on, somebody. Penina ain't fasting. Penina ain't praying. Penina ain't in church every Wednesday and Sunday night. But Penina is getting blessed. How does she have what I want? How is it that she could feel so secure? How is it that I'm so fearful? I'm so doubtful. Oh God, I'm scared. I'm nervous about this. If I speak out, if I do this, if I use my gift, if I use my talent, what if it's not perfect? What if I don't say the right thing? What, you know, I look at Prophetess Trish and she get up there and she just be talking and just be flowing. God, I can't do it like that. And then we began to compare ourselves. God never intended for us to compare ourselves to nobody. But we continue to look at other women and we continue to compare ourselves. And now we just like Hannah. Hannah was believing for a child. But how many of you know that God can't birth greatness if you're trying to duplicate what somebody else has got? Come on. You can't duplicate Penina, because God got something for you. God got a blessing for you that has your name on it and not a Penina. So Hannah was caught up looking at a Penina. Hannah was caught up looking at how Penina could flow, how Penina can speak, how Penina had the husband, how she had the children. Penina, 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 forget Penina. Yes. What's in your box? You got to be real with God. Hannah got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yes. She did. She got sick and tired of being sick and tired. The Bible says her soul was crushed. Her soul meaning her mind, her will, her intellect. Has anybody ever been in a situation where your mind was just crushed, that you couldn't think nothing positive even if you tried to? Because you're surrounded by chaos. You're surrounded by foolishness. You're surrounded by people who are looking at you like you stupid. You're surrounded by your children who acting a plumb fool. You're surrounded by your husband who stepped out on you, who cheated on you, who lied to you. You're surrounded by chaos. And you can't think straight. You can't walk straight. You can't talk straight. And if you talk to somebody, you're half-heartedly talking to them. You ain't paying no attention to them because you're thinking about the issue that you got going on. And truth is, you ain't good for nobody. Not even for yourself. See, her will was crushed. And it was affecting her desire to carry on and do what God purposed for her to do. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 1:9-11, crushed in soul, Hannah prayed to God and cried inconsolably. Then she made a vow unto God. Oh God of Lord Almighty, if you'll just take a good hard look at my pain, if you quit neglecting me and go into action for me, if you give me a son, I will give him back to you unreservedly. I will set him apart for a life of holy discipline. See, Hannah began to seek God like she done lost her mind. Hannah said, God, stop turning a deaf eye to me, a blind eye to me. And Hannah, we call it travail. She began to travail in the spirit realm. See, when you get into a place of travail, you forget about Penina. You forget about everything else around you. And you just begin to cry out for you and worship God for who he is. And say, God, if you do it for me this time, I promise you. Anybody ever made that? I promise I'll serve you. I'll worship you. I won't go back. I won't do it no more. Hannah was trying to bargain with God. She forgot about Penina, and she was just focused like, God, I just need you like never before. Hannah had lost her mind for God. She felt like she was forgotten. Anybody here felt like God done forgot about you? Like God ain't missed out on you. Everybody business getting blessed. Everybody marriage getting blessed. Everybody birthing out babies. Everybody doing this. Everybody getting promotion. But God done forgot about you. He done skipped your house. I was in a position of Hannah. Hannah, all she wanted was a child. Me and my husband tried for years to have a baby. Crying out, God, I'm in the house of God. I'm fasting. I'm praying. I'm seeking your face. Come see about my house. I'm doing everything you called me to do. Come see about my house. God, why you're missing my house? I didn't understand that God was going to take me on a process of waiting and waiting and waiting, then almost losing my life in the process of waiting. 8 babies, 6 miscarriages, 2 children. God, why did I have to go through a process? And so I became Hannah. I went to the Bible and I looked at what Hannah did and I began to travail to God like I had lost my mind. God, come see about me. God, bless my house. God, make me feel secure in you. God, help me to be like you. Because right now I feel like, God, you don't even love me. You don't care about me. How is it that I'm sponsoring baby showers and taking care of children, of other folks' children, babysitting and doing all these things, but God, all these seed out and sowing and what you do, you almost make me lose my life on the first time I get pregnant? Come on, man. Come see about me. Now I'm insecure because I got all these Peninas I gotta look at. Now I'm depressed because I got all these Peninas I got to look at. But in the midst of me looking at a Penina, I chose to be a blessing. I chose to speak life to them. I chose to pray for them. I chose to declare the word of the Lord over them. And all the time, one miscarriage, emergency surgery, lose your life. We don't know if you're coming out of this. We don't know. Your baby, you're going to lose this child, but we don't know if you're going to make it. 2 miscarriages. 3 miscarriage, 4 miscarriage. I said, God, 3 is the number of completion. I got to be done with miscarriage. So the 4th one, creation. 4 is the number for creation prophetically. You're going to create a new thing in me. 4th pregnancy, another miscarriage. Jesus. But God saw fit. He had a prophet waiting on me. And the day after I found out I was having my 4th miscarriage, the man of God said, you're going to have a child, woman of God. Then that child that you're going to have, he's going to be greatly blessed by God. On my 4th miscarriage, all I could do was cry and travail. I fell on the altar, thanking God, because he didn't know the mess I was going through. He didn't know what was in my alabaster box on that day. In my alabaster box was a miscarriage going on at that particular point in time when God spoke life.
Thank you, Lord. My God.
And if I had missed that moment with God, if I focused more on the mess than the message, come on somebody, if I would have focused more on the mess that I was going through than the message that God was giving to me at that very moment, I would have missed God. Yes. I chose to focus on the message. And 2 months later, 5th pregnancy. God, 5 is the number of grace. Come on, God. Come on, God. Come on, God. Come through this time, God. The number of grace. And 5, the 5th pregnancy, I was able to birth a son.
My God.
5. Do you know how many Peninas I was looking at around the world? Do you know how many people I was looking at like, God, how in the world are you blessing them and I'm seeking you harder than they probably ever seek you? My house was good, but it wasn't where I wanted it to be. God, I need a divine intervention. Bless my house. Bless my marriage. God showed me 2 babies. I used to tell him, God told my husband, I don't care how many miscarriages we have. God showed me 2 babies, honey. We're going to have 2 babies. We're going to have 2 babies. I kept saying it. Even miscarriage after miscarriage. What has God shown you? What has God declared unto you? What vision has God given unto you? What has he spoken over your life? What word is hovering over you, but yet to be made manifest? What's in your box? Have you kept that word in your box?
Amen.
What word is over your head, waiting to be made manifest through your faith, through your not giving up on God, through your trusting God, through you overcoming insecurities, overcoming fears, overcoming every panina that stuck her ugly head in your face? What word is hovering over you? I told my husband, I said, no matter how many miscarriages we have, we're going to have 2 babies. God showed me a vision. I saw it plain as day. I saw 2 babies in the spirit realm. Jesus. 5th pregnancy, birth a son. 6th pregnancy, miscarriage. 7th pregnancy, miscarriage. Wow. Honey, God showed me 2 babies. We can't give up on God. 8th pregnancy. 8 is the number of what? New beginning. 8th pregnancy. I birthed a daughter. And I told my husband, I told you God told me. Showed me 2 babies. Whatever God has given you, don't let what's in your box disrupt the promise. Don't let it hinder the promise. Get past fear. Get past insecurity. Get past everything that the devil is trying to keep you in. He wants to keep you broken. He wants to keep you disgusted. He wants you to miss out on seeing God. He wants to cloud your vision. He wants to show you fake love. He wants to show you fakeness and all around you. He wants to lure you out of the house of God with money. He wants to lure you out with this man and make you think that this is it. He wants to lure you out. He wants to entrap you. Because he knows what's in your box. Fear, insecurity, just want to be loved, just want to be accepted, just want to have the dream. He knows. And so those negative seeds will sit on the inside of you, trying to disrupt the plans of God. And if you keep feeding them, you're going to disrupt your destiny. You're going to go around the block 100 times before you get to it. And some types of disobedience will completely make you miss the promise. Some disobedience will cause you to keep going around in circles until you figure that thing out. I don't know about you, but I ain't got time to keep going in circles trying to figure out God's plan for my life. In this season, we got to have wisdom like never before. Wisdom like never before. I'm telling you, wisdom like never before. And so, as I get ready to close, God gave me this. Bring those boxes up. He said, daughter, 2 boxes are before you. One is black. One is green. Prophetically, when we look at colors, green symbolizes life, increase, abundance. Black symbolizes death, darkness. And so he said, daughter, he said there are 2 boxes that we as women tend to carry. And he said in this box that is black as tar, this box that symbolizes death, he said tell them in this hour, it's important for them to really open this dark box, this box that's covered in blackness. He said, because I need them to see this for what it is. He said, no matter whatever it is in this box, we got the good and we got the bad. He said, but I really want them to look at this box. He said, because some of them got pride. They're too prideful. They can't see me, they can't hear me, and they don't know what I say from what somebody else say. He said, low self-esteem, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Depression. Some of us, he showed me, he said, I see from your childhood that it's still in your box. The rejection is still in your box. The hurt It's still in your mind. Some of us are married and we're still dealing with the hurt from our childhood. And he said, this is the problem right here. He said, instead of digging in the box and pouring it out unto God, we say, yeah. Don't nobody need to know about that right there. They can't see that I was molested when I was a child. They can't see that I was raped. They can't see that I was abused. They can't see that I was beaten. They can't see that my mom and daddy never really showed me love. They can't see all the pain that I went through of isolation and living in a dark place. They can't see that. So I hide this box. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, amen. I'm so blessed. Thank you for asking, Prophetess Trish. I'm blessed. Yeah, we doing this. We good. But God said, no, tell her to come again. And so this time she comes forth and she says, you know what? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I have got to really show God that I know he already knows. He already see that I'm missing something. And now I'm trying to have a good marriage. And I can't have a good marriage because the pain from my youth is hindering it. He see that I keep attracting the wrong men. Why? Because I was rejected. And I keep attracting these no good jokers that now I'm giving my body away. I'm giving it away. I'm just giving it away in hopes that they will marry me, in hopes that they will love me. So I pour it out to them instead of pouring it out to God. God said, no. Open up your box and share. Let it go. See, there's freedom. I feel a freedom of letting it go. Do you feel the freedom in the atmosphere of letting it go? Letting it go. I got so many cover girls in here. Y'all are so beautiful. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say y'all are beautiful. Yes, you are. But this is the darkness. You want to ask me what I see with prophetic eyes? You don't want to know. And he says, I need this box to be empty. And then it's funny. He said, as they pull it out of the box, they hold on to it like, yeah, I'm this close to letting it go, God. I'm this close to letting it go. I'm this close. But it's something about my hands. It won't open. And it hurts. And then you let a little bit go. And then it's like, oh, but I can't let it all go. I got a point to prove that I'm hard as a turtle shell. I got a point to prove. They can't see this. They can't see. And here's Jesus. Let it go. Just let it go. And then you open that hand back up. And you begin to pour. You begin to pour. You begin to pour. And there's that one thing that you still hold on to, thinking that you over it. And you ain't over it yet. He said, daughter, you're not over it yet. There's still one more thing that's hanging on that didn't even fall. And the only way you're going to be better, the only way your marriage is going to be better, the only way your life is going to be better, the only way you're going to attract destiny is you got to. See, you don't even want to budge. You don't even want to fall. If I do it like this, God said you don't know how good that's going to feel when you let it go. In this box, he said now that the hardest part is over, now you got all these little demons that you just got to let go. Drop it. And now this box of darkness, we done. That means deliverance has hit your house. Deliverance has hit your mind. Deliverance has hit your spirit. And you gotta let go. And now you can present God with a prayer worship. Come on, somebody. Now you can present it with a prayer worship. Oh, God. Oh, God. Turn it up. Let me bask in it. See, now I can turn my worship music on. And I can freely worship. I can freely let it go. I don't have anything in that black box anymore. All I got is life. All I got is a worship. All I got is this. Oh God, I got freedom now. I got breakthrough now. I can love now, oh God. I can let myself be loved. I can just pour. I can pour it out. Right here on this altar. I can pour it out. Right here on this altar, I can be free. I can be free. And God says, this is worship. This is what pure worship looks like. This is what pure worship looks like. When you can say, God, that black box will no longer hinder me. That black box, I recognize everything that the enemy allowed me to put in it. I recognize it from this day forward. I declare, I decree that I'm going to let it go so my worship can be pure. God just wants next level. Next level worship. Next level praise. Next level. But in order for you to go to next level, you got to be humble enough and say, God, I got some stuff in this box right here. My alabaster box. I got one that's dark and one that's full of light. But I can't go to the next level unless I release this darkness. Unless I let go of the darkness. Let go of the pain. Let go of the frustration. Let go of the people. Let go of mama. Let go of daddy. Let go of ex-husband. Let go of that boyfriend. Let it go. So the altar is open. For those that got a black box. And you say, God, that's me. That's me. My worship ain't even pure no more. It ain't a pure worship, but I give it to you. I know it's tainted, but I release it anyway. I know I got this stuff deep down. And I've been dealing with it for some years. I don't know how to let go. It's like, God, remember that point where I pulled it out of the box, but I held on to it. I just held on to it because I felt myself on the verge of releasing it, but I held on to it. I held on to that darkness. And now my husband looking at me like, girl, what's wrong with you? My children like, Mama, what's going on, Mama? It's like the devil wants you to hold on to that black box. He wants you to hold on to a black box that means absolutely nothing. It's just a hindrance. And we want to go to another level in the worship. We want to go to another level. We want to be pure. Anybody in here want to be pure? Anybody want to let go of some folk? Let go of the issues. Because it's been with us for too long. I know we're in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It's too long. But Lord said you've been holding on for too long. Right here, Lord. Here on this earth. 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 I bless her. I bless her, oh God. I bless her. I see darkness from your youth. I see frustration. You're trying to figure out love and expressing your love and what you want with love and how you want to be loved, and confusion is there. You want to open up, but I see the devil holding on to you. I see the devil placing this black box reminding you of stuff. But God said this day you're getting free.
I just want to invite everyone who's willing everyone who's able,
release it.
to find a space for like both of your knees
Release it.
here.
Release it.
If you're able, just find a space.
I just see
to
days
kneel.
of being in a pit, and I see days of being in a palace, meaning those up and down days. And I see mind games. The enemy is playing with your mind. The enemy is playing tricks with your mind. God said, don't believe the lies. You're at a new level. See, you're under a curse from your bloodline. That's what this is. And you gotta break. You gotta say, you know what? This stops here. I'm gonna destroy those curses. It will not affect me. It will not affect my marriage. It will not affect my children. It has to stop.
Thank you, Lord God.
This is from childhood. And see, when you got stuff from childhood, I'm going to tell y'all something. Them demons are stubborn. They don't want to go nowhere. They want to go everywhere you go. They want to do everything you do. But God said today, you getting your freedom.
Thank you, Lord God.
You get free. You're getting free. You're getting free, says the Lord. You're getting free. Oh, come on and praise the Lord for her freedom. Because God said, you've been dealing with this for too long. You're dealing with this for too long. Listen, it's okay. That's letting go. That's just you letting go. That's just you letting go. That's just you letting go. I know this is new. I know this is new. I know.